Hey, how's it going, guys? Dave here from Dash Vapes, and welcome back to another episode of 2 Minute Tuesdays. If you're new to the show, here we cover popular topics in 2 minutes or less. Today we're going to be talking about coil life and how you can extend it. Timer's going to be right here. Let's get to it. So one of the main things that completely destroys coils is the sweetener in the e-juice. Now some e-juices have more sweetener than others, and you'll find that the juices that do have more sweetener in them tend to kill coils a lot faster. Now that's kind of tough because, again, the really good juices tend to have a lot of sweetener in them, but I guess that's just the trade-off for a delicious juice. I found that if I used a juice that had a ton of sweetener, depending on the coil, I'd get about, anywhere from 5 to 10 days out of the coil. Whereas if I used a juice that had little to no sweetener, I can get up to about 2 weeks. Another way to prolong your coil life is to work within the recommended wattage range. Now, all coils have a wattage range that you can work in between, but a lot of brands also specify a recommended wattage range. Essentially, the recommended wattage range will give you the best performance without absolutely killing your coil. I tend to fire all my coils directly in the middle of the wattage range. Say if it was from 45 to 55 watts, I'd stick right at 50 watts just to kind of have a good medium between the two. But if you tend to go into the high end of the spectrum, your coils will burn out a lot quicker. Now, next up is priming your coils. Priming your coils is an essential step to prolong the life of your coils. Essentially, what you want to do is whenever you are switching to a new coil, add a few drops into the center of the coil. It'll help the cotton absorb a lot of the juice, and it will also eliminate any chance of it dry hitting on the first hit. Generally, what I'll do is prime my coil, put everything all together and fill up the tank, and then I'll actually let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes, just so I know that the cotton has absorbed as much juice as it can. Now, when you are vaping a new coil, I like to start low. Say the recommended wattage range for this is about 45 watts. I'll generally start about 10, take a few hits, maybe bump it up to 20 after that, take a few hits, and I'll repeat that step until I hit about 40 to 45 watts or whatever the recommended wattage range is. This way your coil has a bit of time to break in. You're not putting through a huge amount of power all at once. The cotton has an easy time of, reabsorbing all the e-juice. And again, I do find that I get a little bit of a longer coil life doing this. And lastly is what I like to call the coil lottery. Now, coils are made in such a large number at a time that the quality control for them isn't the best. They're pushing out hundreds of thousands by the hour, and they can't necessarily check every single coil that comes off the assembly line. So I find that if you buy a pack of coils, sometimes 1 or 2 of them will be duds, sometimes all of them will be perfect, or even all of them are duds. That being said, a lot of companies are trying to add different materials as coils other than cotton, but until then, it's what we got. So that about concludes this week's episode of 2 Minute Tuesdays. Thank you so much for watching. Now, before we end off the video, I do want to ask one question. Do you find that one manufacturer makes coils better than another manufacturer? For example, say Aspire makes better coils than Kangaroo or vice versa. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. If you liked the video, please be sure to hit that like button and also hit subscribe to stay up to date with our latest videos. Now, I know last week we did mention a giveaway that was going to be coming out soon. Don't worry, that is still in the works. Right now we're just trying to put together everything that we are going to be giving away just so we can really make it worth it. But again, trust me when I say that this is going to be a huge giveaway. But that about wraps it up. I'm Dave from Dash Vapes, and as always, I'll see you on the next video. Hey, how's it going, guys? Dave here from Dash Vapes again, and welcome back to another episode of 2 Minute Tuesdays. Oh, the fan's on. Damn.